Hey everyone, this is a video to introduce how to read the notes of a piano keyboard. So here's a piano keyboard, this is my piano, and you can see that from the reading, also from just looking at this, the piano is arranged in the groups of white keys, which goes all the way across the piano, one next to each other, one next to another, and then also black keys. They're grouped in different groups. So there's a group of 2 black keys and a group of 3 black keys and so forth. Okay, so this is the way that the piano keyboard is set up. Now, the first thing you have to remember is how do we assign the letter names that we have already learned about to the piano. The easiest way to do that, okay, is to take a look at the piano keyboard and find the group of 2 black keys. Okay, and take a look at the one on the left, the black key on the left. If you find the white key that's right below this black key, adjacent to this black key and below, which is this one, that is C. Now notice I used the word below, which means that there's these keys are arranged in height, if you will. They're arranged in height of pitch. Okay, so all the notes on the piano keyboard, they're arranged from left to right, from low to high. So when we say going below, we're always going left. When we say going above, we're always going right. Okay, so back to the 2 black keys, we find the left of the 2 black keys. Find the next white key below, the adjacent white key below this black key, which is this, and that's C. Okay, and from here we're just going from C up, so that's again to the right, and putting all of our letters down. So C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. Now when we reach B, we loop back to C. Okay, so remember the musical alphabet, there are only 7 letters, and it's useful to think about the letters starting at C, actually, because a lot of the things that we're going to start talking about now has the letters beginning on C instead of A, for example. So start thinking about C as the start of a scale, which is what we're going to talk about in a little bit. Okay, but for now, think about finding the C here with the group of 2 black keys. This is the one on the left, and then finding the next adjacent key, white key to the left of this, below this, which is C. Now, 2 more concepts here, which is a half step and a whole step. Okay, and we just touched on this by saying the next adjacent key. Okay, so what you have to understand is part of the reason why we talk about music theory and music on a piano is that it visually and orally and tactilely gives you an idea of how these notes, the pitches, are arranged. And we talk about 2 particular concepts, a half step and a whole step. Okay, these describe the distance between 2 given pitches. Okay, a half step describes a distance between the key and the next adjacent key. So regardless whether it's white or black. Okay, so for example, I just talked about finding the left of the group of 2 black keys. Okay, and then the next adjacent key below that, it's C. So the distance between these 2 keys is a half step, because you see that there's no other key that's between these 2. They're touching each other. Okay, here. Okay, and so that's the next adjacent key. Okay, so these 2 keys, we can describe that as having the distance of a half step. Okay? And very simply, a whole step is just 2 half steps. So if this is a half step and this is a half step, from C to D here, we can describe it as a whole step. Okay, so those are 2 things that you should keep in mind. Again, how to find the notes of the piano, how to find the note names by looking at the piano. You're looking for that group of 2 black keys, okay, and then going 1 key below to that C. Okay, and then also this is related to the idea of half steps and whole steps, in that the next adjacent key on the piano, okay, is the half step, and 2 half steps at a whole step. One more thing to keep in mind here, you can see that all of the white keys, basically most of them, are next to black keys. Okay, but there are 2 pairs of white keys that do not have black keys in between. So that's E and F, and then also B and C. Okay? Since there's no black key in between, they are the next adjacent key. So these describe half steps as well. So it's a half step between E and F, and then also between B and C.